In a world full of disruptive technology, AI has turned what was once considered impossible into the promise of a better future. And China's open source, low-cost and vertical integration strategy is reshaping the global tech landscape. China's DeepSeek has shocked the tech industry and dominated AI discussions since the beginning of 2025. With its open-source advanced model, the chatbot has achieved performance parity with OpenAI at 1/70th of the training cost and just 3% of the price. Chinese business insiders have praised its advantages and inclusivity.
Precisely because of its low cost and open source attributes, the DeepSeek model now gives thousands of companies opportunities at transforming their vertical applications. This will play a very positive role in promoting the quality of the economy in the AI industry of our country.
China's tech giants like Tencent, Huawei, and Alibaba have joined the wave by integrating DeepSeek's AI services into their platforms to enhance the experience of users. And the disruptive impact expands beyond the sector.
DeepSeek here in China are trying to.
Our correspondent Daniel Arap-Moy traveled to Hangzhou City, the birthplace of DeepSeek, to find out how China's AI technology could promote opportunities and greater levels of equality in Africa.
The AI solution is already fostering a new generation of Africa's tech-savvy individuals who are now part of the global digital conversation.
I believe the opportunities that DeepSeek has to offer, they are millions of opportunities.
But the continent still has some catching up to do when it comes to AI penetration.
Many industries in developing economies such as Africa still face significant challenges in adopting new technologies. Tech companies like DeepSeek here in China are trying to bridge that gap by offering affordable AI solutions.
Hu Jing, an associate professor in AI and AI security, says China's AI rise is underpinned by robust government support and strategic planning.
The whole society is enabled to understand the development and application of artificial intelligence technology as much as possible, enhancing the public's comprehension of intelligence, which provides fertile ground for innovation in the field of artificial intelligence.
According to AI experts, DeepSeek has gained traction for its ability to automate complex tasks, analyze vast amounts of data, and streamline operations across industries.
The focus on open source is allowing innovators to easily build solutions upon what DeepSeek is providing.
While the technology promises to boost productivity, critics argue that its rapid deployment could exacerbate unemployment rates in a continent already grappling with economic challenges. Shen Hu-sin, the vice president of Lingyang Intelligent Technology, a leading AI solution provider with partners in Ethiopia, addresses these fears.
I tend to be more optimistic about this, as we know the example in the past. From generation to generation, when a new industrial revolution comes in, people always have this type of worry that people might lose their jobs. But what we see is that with increased productivity, people create a whole new spaces, new kind of jobs, etc. So I tend to believe that the similar situation will happen.
While chatbots help us to create articles, images, and even films, what researchers ultimately hope to do is link the virtual world to our physical world through embodied artificial intelligence, such as robots. Our reporter Dai Kai shows us a glimpse of the future in China's tech hub, Shenzhen.
The PM01 here can do all sorts of stuff. For example, we just asked it for a favor to film a footage for us, and he said yes.
Of course, it didn't actually make the decision. Its designer did. To understand more, I visited the company behind it.
We use end-to-end neural network scale, and we use a deep reinforcement learning. On the stage one, when we design robotics, then we leverage everything that we need from the drawing side and also from the motion side. Then they can come across together much more easier.
When I give it a little nudge, it doesn't just fall over or lose balance. It quickly adjusts itself, instantly knowing what happened. The staff here told me it's a subconscious reaction.
That quick response is thanks to balanced algorithms and cutting-edge hardware design. And by making their technology open source, the company believes they can speed up progress by getting more players involved.
SA01 from day one that we launched that, we tell everybody this is open source. From the learning process, from the deep reinforcement learning coding, and also from the deployment coding. The reason why behind is we want to lower the cost for all the institution and the university. For engineering, we wanted to open the fundamental coding for their future development use.
These humanoid robots have made huge leaps in just a few years, thanks to AI-driven growth. And it's not just one company in town. There are other market players like Uptech, a Shenzhen-based firm listed on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. Still, the road ahead isn't easy. More standardized regulations are needed to integrate humanoid robots into existing systems. There are also the challenge of securing capital and top engineering talent to stay ahead in this high-stakes race.
After ChatGPT, humanoid robots are the next big breakthrough. They're already integrating into small-scale production and daily life, but key challenges remain, like solving core algorithms and improving critical components. Those are the bottlenecks we need to break through.
A solid start, companies like Engine AI says much of its success at the moment comes from Shenzhen's thriving tech ecosystem. Here, some of the world's biggest tech firms are just blocks away, making it easy to team up and get things done fast. That proximity also helps cut down on research and development costs, a key advantage in such a competitive field.
In some ways, we're even ahead of the world. A strong supply chain fuels constant innovation, while diverse application scenarios drive real-world adoption. The future of humanoid robots could be shaped right here in China.
Oh my goodness! Robots have now become one of China's latest economic powerhouses. Our reporter Liu Jiaxing also finds robotic dogs have evolved from a lab curiosity into a multi-billion-dollar revolution.
But these robot dogs are outperforming real dogs now. I mean, my dog doesn't do a backflip. So my question is, what's the point of developing such difficult moves for them?
Exactly. Normal dogs can't jump very high, but robot dogs can jump about 80 centimeters off the ground. Only by continuously improving their hardware capabilities can we lay a solid foundation when developing applications later.
Hello there. Here's how future gets fascinating. I mean, under this little robotic dog, there are 12 motors that mimicking a real dog's muscle. It performs just like a collie. But this isn't just a cute technology. In many industrial scenes, it works like a veteran engineer.
While real dogs sniff for treats, these machines sniff for survival, detecting gas leaks, mapping collapsed tunnels, and identifying power grid faults. In the 3-kilometer-long tunnel of Singapore's SP Group, China's robot dogs have been used to patrol and inspect cable tunnels. What makes them even more popular is their budget-friendly cost. More than 95% of the technology and the components of this dog are domestically produced, including the chips.
I feel that Chinese robots are superior to some similar competitive products from abroad in terms of a product iteration speed, maturity, and cost. I believe their advantages will become more and more obvious over time.
One step ahead of humanoids, robotic dogs are applied in the real world on a larger scale. Research shows the global market size of robot dogs reached $1.2 billion in 2023, and it's expected this number will quadruple by 2031 when more than 560,000 more flexible and intelligent metal hounds will enter the market.
Indeed, robotics have already taken over some professions of either daily work or high mortality rate. You can find them wisely cleaning the floor in public places or operating up on the high voltage grid, inside distribution rooms, and beneath the subway cars, checking and fixing electric power issues. China's AI-oriented ecosystem is in the making, though some companies have unfortunately been caught in the middle of the race between China and the United States. As sanctions and competition is driving them to innovate. Our reporter Yang Chen takes us on a journey to Chinese companies in the auto driving arena.
LiDARs,
It's a sensor that uses pulse lasers to accurately measure the distances to surrounding objects in real time, thus helping the car make better autonomous driving decisions.
These drones deliver takeout food. The LiDAR sets on them are vital components that measure the drone's distance from the ground as well as potential obstacles. After years of industrial applications and competition, Chinese LiDAR manufacturers control over 70% of the global market. However, Chinese-based Hesai, the top company in the industry, was added to a warning list by the US Department of Defense. While this does not equal an outright ban yet, the move has sent a chill down LiDAR makers in China. Beyond these hardwares for autonomous driving, the AI-powered softwares that execute self-driving maneuvers are also an important area in the tech rivalry between China and America. At the Auto China show, Chinese tech firm SenseTime presented its latest solution to use artificial intelligence to realize smart navigation. It's a solution that doesn't even use LiDARs. See, under current high-end autonomous driving solutions, the LiDAR sensors, radars, and cameras collect copious amounts of real-time data. And for the system to correctly recognize and analyze what's been collected and execute corresponding driving maneuvers, developers need to write lines and lines of codes to set rules for each possible scenario.
If each scenario requires rule definition, it would need thousands of program engineers and consume a long time.
The work of on-road rule setting is relegated to the AI system, which condenses all visual input into something easily understood by an algorithm.
It is data-driven. Each module of autonomous driving, including perception, fusion, positioning, and control, is integrated using a single neural network.
The power of AI is expected to transform not only autonomous driving, but the cockpit experience as well. iFlyTech was one of the earliest Chinese AI companies to roll out a ChatGPT equivalent last year. Since today's smart vehicles are already known as computers on wheels, iFlyTech spared no time to port their voice AI into a car.
关掉车窗，把车内温度设成25度，打开座椅按摩。
好的，已全部搞定。
Oh, I'm feeling it.
Chinese tech companies really talk about the AI race. Their logic is more about self-reliance and collaboration, and that's clear in the government's Made in China 2025 plan. The strategic initiative targets 10 key sectors, including robotics, aerospace, and new energy vehicles. Over the course of a decade, there have been a number of success stories that have inspired developing economies. The two sessions in March, China's political season held in Beijing is expected to chart a new plan for the future amid uncertainties. But one thing is certain among tech companies: more confidence and openness.